Hi, I hope all is well. So, today's video is about the bond between two broken people. This is, I am expanding on the That Was Us podcast that featured, I can't think of her real name, but Beth. Beth was there and she was talking about the marriages on the show. And there was this tidbit about Toby and, Katie, how their marriage dissolved. And Beth, she said, when you, she was, I'm paraphrasing, that when two broken people get together and one pursues healing, that bond is bound to break. Right? Okay, so I was like, bells going off. And for me, even though that was about a marriage dissolving, for me, it reminded me of friendships and specifically like your best girlfriend. And I've talked about this friendship before and how things just seem to just fizzle out. And it took me a while to become okay with it. And then eventually um, realizing that we were just in two different places in our lives. Now, are we two broken people that came together? Uh, Not necessarily, but we have shared stories. We have talked about healing. We have like had very deep conversations about our past. We've seen each other through some things in our lives, and we've come out on the other side together and continue to, be there for one another. Um, but yeah, things for me started shifting about a year before I got into therapy and just kind of drifted further away from them. Um, and that's just the way that whole thing went down. I love her, and I always will. Um, and yeah, I have no ill will towards anybody in my life. I am more accepting of the fact that we are all just doing the best that we can. And that some relationships, friendships, they just aren't meant to go the distance. You know, I have had a lot of clarity around that. And I'm thankful that I have gotten to a place where I can accept that. I couldn't accept that at first, and there were a lot of tears. Because it wasn't even like it was a breakup, it just drifted. So, and I think that's even worse than a breakup. But another thing that I have come to accept is that you're not always going to get closure. And I feel like that hangs up a lot of people, is that lack of closure, and it prevents the door from closing. But yeah, time heals, and you do stop wondering less and less. And eventually you move on to continued life experiences and revel in the good times that exist. And that goes for all kinds of relationships and friendships, all the ships, you know. So, yeah. And I feel like in the world that we live in, we're all broken people. We all have some brokenness in us, and we all have some healing that needs to be done in our lives in this lifetime. All of us, nobody is exempt from wounds of our youth. Okay, so and a lot of this it comes right on into your adulthood. It it does. I mean, it's the truth. And some wounds run real deep. Um, but we all have them. We all have them, whether they are the prick of a needle or a large gaping, seeping wound that you're just trying to cover up with band-aids. They exist. And so when you do have pieces that need mending and you are in some kind of ship together, and somebody, one person or the other, decides to, you know, take the band-aid off, things are going to shift. And I gotta say, when you pursue healing and you start opening up all of those locked doors to the past, it changes you. It changes how you feel about things, people, places, how you see things. Like everything changes. Your habits change. Like it truly is like the life of a butterfly. You come out of this cocoon of transformation, a whole new person, and everything about you has changed. And therefore, like, when those two broken pieces are forced together and they fit in their own twisted way, jagged edges and all, and then now a person who's healing, seeking to heal, are smoothing their edges out. And the pieces just no longer fit. And it's okay. It's a part of life. And you have to be okay with it being okay. And you have to be open to growing with the changes within. And I gotta say, for me, like, there was no going back. There is no undoing the changes that you are going through. You know, you you cannot go back. And at least that was how it felt for me. Like my whole mindset changed. Like everything. When I say everything, everything changed. So doors are going to close. And they even can be the ones that you don't necessarily want to. But that also is a test to how true you are to your healing and leaving behind what is not supposed to continue on this journey with you. I have come to accept that, things do not have to be as hard as we make them when it comes to family, friends, humans, our interactions with each other. They don't have to be hard or hard fought. They should flow and it should be easy. And I feel like we have normalized fighting for people to remain in our lives, and I just don't believe that's the case anymore. I don't believe in that anymore. Because it's just like, if it does not come easy, it's not meant to be. If it was meant to be, it would be easy. Because you would want to be with one another. You would want to grow with one another. You would want to experience life with one another. You would want these things. And again, we do have a lot of people, broken people that are involved that want to, make it work without, cleaning up shop. And I can't say if it works for them or not. I don't know. It's such an individual thing, which I feel like solitude has helped a lot with that. And getting to know like myself outside of seeking validation from other people. I'm so thankful. Like, my life has taken so many turns in the last 5 years. So many. And I promise you, like, I never would have thought I feel about myself the way I do today back then. I would have never thunk it. And that's the truth. I really wouldn't. And so it all adds up. Even the stuff that makes no sense at the time it's happening. And it's like, I've come to a place now where, like, even if I don't have everything I ever wanted in my life, being here, right here in this place, and living through all of the ups and downs and hardships and tribulations and the good times and bad times and the celebrations and the grieving, all of it. Every bit that has been my life thus far walked me into this season that I am in. And being able to trust myself, and trust the energy that I put out into the universe, and keeping God close, keeping the spirits of my spiritual tribe close, close, always, has helped me just be at peace with where I am in my life. And that I'm not in a rush. And I'm not afraid. Even in these times that we are in. I can keep myself centered and keep what's out of my control from, sitting within my spirit. Just let it go. And it's all, not all, but a lot of it is truly out of our control. And especially when it comes to the humans in our lives. And how a lot of times you will just have to let them go. Even if it's the people closest to you. Which was a recent realization that I had regarding community and what I thought my community was supposed to look like. And a dream and recent experiences showed me that may not be the case. But are you open to it? And I am, Because another thing is, like, we have so many dreams for ourselves in our lives with certain people, especially those closest to us. And sometimes life is going to show you that they aren't meant to walk this path with you. And then it's on you to have the strength to, forge ahead or stay behind and nothing changes for you. You can't save everybody. That's another video. But I think I've said what I'm supposed to say today. So till next time.